Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me. I have a pick a card for us. I'm really excited about this. Let's talk about what makes you so special, how special you are. What are some of the things that make you so special? So you can pick from piles 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you've never done a pick a card before. What I do is I like to think of the numbers in my mind, and whatever number floats into my mind is the one that I select. But people think differently, our intuition works differently, so if you're more visual, you can focus on the colors or the stones or just visually the numbers and whichever one pops out to you. Just make sure you're utilizing your intuition to pick the first one that jumps out, because sometimes if you second guess yourself, it'll probably mislead you. Our intuition usually works really quickly, so whichever pile you feel first is yours, is your answer. And you can pause the video and look for a longer period of time if you need more time, and I'm going to timestamp everything so you'll be able to jump ahead to your pile. Thanks so much for being here. If you enjoy this type of video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know what type of content to create. And if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and stay with me on this journey of growing my channel. But let's talk about how special you are. Click your pile number and I will talk to you in your selection. Take care. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose number 1 or this stone, this is your message, and this is about, let's talk about how special you are, pile 1. What makes you so special? Let's talk about how special you are. So right off the bat, pile 1, I feel like you guys are really comfortable in your skin. The World card, you are, I'm sure you're successful also. This is about success and power and strength and just feeling whole. It's about successful completions. I also feel like there's a confidence to this person. She's dancing in the nude. I feel like you guys have a lot of confidence. Perhaps this isn't going to be for everyone, but perhaps you enjoy dancing, or you're good at dancing, or you have a really good rhythm, because this is all about rhythm, and kind of like following the rhythm of life, and just being able, it's like a unity or a wholeness in general. So you guys, I'm sure, are very successful. The definition of that is definitely interpreted individually, and I'm sure lots of people have different ideas of success, but you guys are very successful in the eyes of most people. Also very confident, comfortable in your skin. You're a healthy communicator. You're really good at communication. It says healthy communication in relationships. It says heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. I feel like you guys really are able to communicate well. Like, you might be sought out in your friendships or your family when people really want to talk, and you can go very deep with others. You're able to, you have the capacity to not just scratch the surface, but you're a very deep person, and people understand that. So, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have experienced where you really want to talk about something with someone, and right away if you're going to be able to, go a little deeper with that person. There's some people in our lives that, they just like to stay surface level. Just some people get very uncomfortable getting to, into deeper conversations or getting into emotional conversations. You guys don't shy away from that. I'll read this card, but that's definitely what I'm getting from this card. You guys are able to talk about very deep things, and actually it might be something people don't expect. Perhaps you come across a certain way, like I know you're very, very sweet, you're very nice, you like to help people, you're very loving, and sometimes you probably shock people with how deep you actually are, and what a deep thinker you are, and how deep you emotionally can go. But this says something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. So people also probably trust you with secrets. What makes you special? you are a trustworthy friend that people come to when they go through these kinds of like wake up call moments, or like when, oh gosh, you guys, I don't want to curse, but when it hits the fan, you know what word I'm thinking of, when it all hits the fan, that's what I heard. When things go down, when it hits the fan, you're trustworthy. People want to talk to you because you have solutions, or you will be able to help them through what they're going through. You like to be of service to others. What makes you special? Let's talk about how special you are. You're amazing. You love to make others feel better. You like to comfort people. You like to be there when they need you. You like to be there when people are feeling nervous about something, or you like to be there for support. You like to help others. But also, I feel like you guys value self-care. And if you don't, because sometimes when people are of service to others, it's easy to kind of let that slip away. Hopefully you take really good care of yourself, and that could be part of what makes you special. But some people in this group are going to need this as a message to say, take better care of yourself, because sometimes you probably do put others first. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So make sure you are taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. I do feel like you, because I feel like you're a very competent individual, I do feel like you take really good care of yourself. And it says, let yourself sparkle and shine. You guys are really very very unique. I feel just, I think you're beautiful. I'm sure you are very beautiful, but I think you're also just very unique. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. Yeah, you guys are you guys command attention whether you know it or not, and whether you like it or not. And you're very abundant. That's also coming through with this card. You guys are really successful and abundant, and you're able to create wealth and success. Believe in magic is here. I feel like you guys are alchemists. You're able to really create magic in your lives. And this, I just saw this like by her third eye. I feel like you guys are really intuitive too. But this says, open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. You're very magical, and you are dependable. People know that they can count on you. If you have made a commitment to something, you are going to do it. You're dependable. People in your life know that they can count on you when times get tough, when, you're the friend that you're down. You'll be there. You'll be there. It says you're strong enough to keep the promise that you've made. Don't back out now. Your angels believe in you, and everyone believes in you. You're very trustworthy and capable, and you keep your commitments. You're not a flaky person, a flaky friend. Kindness was here. We talked about that. Guys, you know what? I wasn't going to keep all these cards at first, because this one deck, lots of cards wanted to pop out. And I actually put them back, and then I was like, you know what? No, I really do want to keep those. I took them back out because they do make sense. This group is extremely capable in many, many ways. There's lots of layers to this group. So Divine Masculine, which is all about active power. It says electric active power. You don't have to be a masculine individual to get this. You could definitely be, but we all possess the masculine and feminine sides to personalities. And we, the divine masculine, when this comes up, it's all about being creative and starting new projects and being ambitious, and you're a go-getter, and you're just really able to, look, he's very focused. You're able to go after what you want. Active power. You're a very powerful person. You know that you're capable. You know that you can get the job done. River of blessings, releasing constraints. I feel like you are a very blessed individual. You have a lot going for you, and to the outside eye, it's very noticeable. You're a very blessed person. Hidden knowledge. This says Akashic records, silent understanding. Like I said, you guys are very intuitive. You probably are very connected to nature and very connected to the divine. You also have Divine Mother, so you're very compassionate, you're very nurturing, you like to mother others. Like I said, you like to be of service to others, you like to be there for others, and you're the friend in the group that's going to take care. You're like the mother hen. You're going to make sure people make it home safely, you're going to make sure people are safe, you're going to kind of when people are out, they know that they can depend on you to be the one that's like the voice of reason and the one that keeps everyone safe and happy. You have that mothering energy. And harvest, gathering of blessings. Like I said, you guys are hard workers. You're able to plant seeds and watch your harvest come in. You're able to work hard and create things in your life. You are abundant. Touching earth is also here, which is very, it's very similar energy. It's about planting seeds and letting them come to fruition. So those are the things that are coming up. You guys are really good at being the strong, powerful individual, but also that kindness and being of service to others comes through. And like I said, sometimes I think people are shocked even how deep you actually are. Spiritual protection is here. Spirit loves this pile for sure. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. I do think Spirit is definitely protective of you, but I think you are protective of others as well. You are a very protective person. Release all anger is here. So I think you guys are really passionate too. You probably do get worked up sometimes, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not special, and that's not something that that would make you any less special. We all have emotions. We're human, and it just means you're very passionate. It says, don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. I feel like when you need to be protective, you are not afraid. Courage is also here. You have a lot of courage, and you're able to speak about it when it's needed. I think you're also a calm, silent type, and when you do get mad, people really listen. Procrastination is here. You also could be someone that kind of procrastinates when something is challenging. And I don't even think you necessarily procrastinate because of what procrastination necessarily is. I think you are working up the courage sometimes in certain circumstances where you kind of procrastinate to work up courage, or you procrastinate to think things through. I don't even really know if it's necessarily truly procrastination. It may be viewed as procrastination, but I think your wheels are turning in that process. You also got Phoenix Rising in here, so you guys are really strong. You have been through a lot. You probably have been through some wake-up calls which made you this person of compassion, because you've been through many things, and it has made you able to kind of turn that around and be more supportive to others, because you know what it feels like to go through things. And also, you got shape-shifting at the bottom of the deck. And this always reminds me of being able to fit in with everyone. You make people comfortable. You make all kinds of people very, very comfortable in your presence. You can walk into a room and you will be able to have a conversation with literally anyone. People like to talk to you and they feel comfortable in your presence. You're able to kind of read the room and understand the energy and know kind of how to communicate with those people. Communications, like I said, you guys are really good at communicating. And also stargazing was here. When I see this, I think people often stare at you. Even if you don't feel like you're traditionally beautiful, which I think this pile is, you guys are probably extremely good looking. I feel like even if you don't feel like you are, there's something extremely just very magnetic about you, very attractive. Just like we like to stare at stars in the sky, you guys are very magnetic in that way. People are enamored. They like to stare at you. You probably catch people staring at you quite often. And this also means sometimes people feel like you're out of their reach. You probably, especially in love situations, a lot of times people probably think, you know what, there's no way I could have that person. They're just kind of out of my reach. They're like, they put you on pedestals, and you may not believe that hearing that, but that's what I feel from this card. Like people feel like you are like star. You have star potential, and people kind of feel like almost like you're like they're intimidated in some sort of way. You feel like, like there's no way, like you're a star basically. They can't, you're just out of grasp, But I feel like you do attract a lot of love attention as well. And it's the kind that actually makes people feel like their lives change. Like you kind of probably change lives sometimes. You really get people thinking. You probably cause some wake-up calls in people just by the way that you communicate and speak. You guys are really powerful individuals. Very, very special. Very, very special. And you may be really, be family oriented. You may really enjoy, family gatherings or friends that are like family. You like to, and grounding is all about kind of being able to get in nature and feel grounded. You know how to kind of bring yourself back down and acknowledge that the planet kind of gives us certain energies. And you probably like to go outside. You're probably one of those people that kind of goes outside to calm things down, or you appreciate nature. You appreciate, for instance, trees. And you know what? Right under that is lightning power. I feel like I said, when you guys do get worked up, you do have, you get really passionate about things. When you do, it's like lightning striking when you are angry, because you are such a strong, silent type that when you get worked up, people really take listen, just like lightning. You can't not look at it. You guys are really powerful, extremely powerful individuals. That's it, guys. That's what I have for you, pile one. Absolutely wonderful. You guys, let's talk about how special you are. You're amazing. All of these things are coming out, and I think that you guys are extremely humble too. So some of these things you'll be like, what? But it's true. I really feel that way about this pile. Thank you so much for being with me, pile one. I'm going to move on to pile number two. Hello, pile number two. If you chose number two or this stone, this is your message. This is about what makes you so special. Let's talk about how special you are. So pile two, right off the bat, you guys are really busy and you're really fast. I feel like you're multitaskers. You can move from one thing to another really quickly. You are very busy. You're a hard worker. You like to get things done. You're ambitious, enthusiastic. Those are all things, because you're represented here by the Eight of Wands, which is really fast movement, really quick energy, lighthearted energy, very enthusiastic energy. And I feel like you guys, and look at, you actually did get busy times in multitasking. So you guys are very busy. Take charge of your schedule during the busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. I feel like you guys just are busy. You're in demand. You are popular probably. You're just very busy and you're a very hard worker. This was at the bottom of the deck. Make sure you're taking time for yourself. I feel like you guys probably do. This pile, I feel like wellness is right next to that. So pay attention to your health always. It could also mean that you guys are very healthy and you do pay attention to your health really well. So there could be two different messages there. You guys are very tender-hearted. You respect everyone. And you know what? You guys got wise soul and wisdom. So you got something to do with being very wise twice. You guys are very wise individuals. You're probably very romantic. You got this beautiful new moon. It says promise. And it always reminds me of romance, the beautiful couple at the bottom. And you also had that tenderness. So you guys are very tender, very nice, very sweet. You also got Circle of Eternal Joy at the bottom of the deck. Timeless Dance of Life. And you guys, I just feel like you guys are really very lighthearted, very sweet. You also got Fairy Spotting. Let's go through these cards because they all came out together. You got fairies here, earth magic fairies here, and you got fairy here, and it says fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life. Like I said, you guys are very wise. That's kind of a repeating theme. And then new beginnings, it says this fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new beginning or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So you guys are probably very inventive, very capable of getting the ball rolling. You guys are the idea, the fire starters, the idea, you guys have the ideas, the idea person. People probably come to you when they're stuck, like to get get it moving, you know, push things through. You guys are really good at that. And when you guys, like I said, you got fairy twice. When I think of fairies, what do you think of when you think of fairies? For me, I think of like just beautiful little magical, lighthearted energies. Who doesn't want to be around fairy energy? When you think of fairy dust, fairies, it's just very exciting. You guys are probably really exciting. You guys probably bring the joy, the magic. You guys probably can flit about to things really easily. Like, that's what I get, like lighthearted, really energetic energy. Victim consciousness came up, and you know what? My other victim card from the chakras deck, from this deck, the victim card popped up. It's out of my reach after this reading. I'll get it. It flew under my desk where I can't actually get to it at the moment. But I'll get it. But victim consciousness came up. So this could be about, you know, sometimes people are ingrained with like a disposition of, you know, gosh, you know, my life always turns out this way, or I always have to look over my shoulder, or I always have to do this, so you guys might have those niggling thoughts sometimes, like maybe sometimes you do get into that, like that victim mentality where you think, oh, you know, I always have to deal with this, or my life always ends up like that, or, you know, but I feel like the reason that this came up is because you guys have learned how to shift yourself out of that victim consciousness. Like you no longer feel like the victim. It came up, like I said, it came up twice. So maybe in the past you guys were you know, you were kind of crippled by that, like where you didn't want to move forward on certain things because fear would hold you back because you've been the victim in certain circumstances. Or this could be about, you know, have you ever met anyone that was like, yeah, well, I got dealt a bad hand, you know, and then you just kind of give up. But I feel like you have learned from life and you no longer do that. I feel like you kind of have learned how to transform that energy, and that's why it's coming up. So self-sabotage was also here. So just make sure that you don't let any insecurities sabotage you. Just always kind of keep that in mind, like that you're able to use your wisdom to kind of know that you are good enough and you are able to get yourself out of anything, and you have the power to kind of change the way you view things. When you view yourself as a victim, it could be a cycle that repeats itself. Don't fall into the temptation of that, because you guys are very powerful, and you just have to kind of look within, because like I said, you're very wise. You're very, very wise. Use that magical energy you possess, that fairy energy. You guys have very, very beautiful energy that you can quickly change your mindset. You also got purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life and stay strong in your faith. Like I said, you guys, oh, and know your self-worth is here. So know that you are a diamond. Know your self-worth. You're God's precious gem. Just remind yourself of those things. You guys are like I said, you're very tender-hearted. You also got sensitive emotions here. You are, what makes you special? You guys are wonderful, beautiful, enthusiastic, exciting people that have these very kind, beautiful hearts. Just make sure you're protecting your heart and know your self-worth. You bring joy wherever you go. That's what I feel. You guys are very capable of healing other people's hearts, because you're just very like I said, like you have fairy magic. I don't know how to explain that really, but what do you think of when you think of fairies? It's magical, it's exciting, it's just so sweet and loving and tender, just beautiful. And like I said, you guys move really fast. So you guys are fast thinkers, fast workers, fast movers. You kind of like to get the energy moving. You're probably really good at moving energy. I feel really energetic right now during this reading. So that's what I feel. That's what makes you guys really special. You guys are the ones that kind of get it moving. It's exciting. It's rapid. It's like, you're probably also very good at communications. You probably don't leave people hanging very often. And you're probably able to communicate really well. I'm going to get a couple more messages, because we got, like I said, we got Wise Soul twice. Let me get another card for pile number 2. Let's talk about pile number 2. What makes them so special? Pile 2. What makes pile 2 so special? Whoop. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, reach for the stars is here. Oh, you know what? And I forgot to talk about individuality. You also got this card. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. You're very unique. It's beautiful. And then you got reach for the stars here. You deserve only the best, and this is all you should focus your attention on. Definitely reach for the stars. Don't ever think of yourself as a victim. You guys can easily move out of any of that energy. You can shoot forward into whatever you want, and just always keep yourself, focus on your health too. Make sure you're keeping yourself well. Make time for self-care. When you're very busy like you are, I think this pile is extremely busy, focus on keeping yourself well is also, and right under that is humility. You guys are very humble. And you have, like I said, you're very empathetic too. Just like, when you think of fairies, they move fast, they do things fast, they're magical, they like to bring joy wherever they go. I feel like that's what makes you guys so special. It's beautiful. And don't forget, you have so much wisdom. So whenever you feel like something's coming up and you're not really sure how to navigate it, you actually do have all that wisdom right inside. This says learning, joy, art, and music. You guys are very wise. You have that wisdom. And like I said, you're very tender. You're very good with others. You're very good with, you're very romantic. You're able to cultivate love relationships really well. And like I said, also, you spread that joy around. Circle of eternal joy. Timeless dance of life. You guys are very exciting and you just bring happiness and joy wherever you go. And you're also just a very hard worker. You're really able to sit down and focus when you need to. And you're probably really fast at what you do. You probably pick things up really fast, and you're a really fast mover. So that's it, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed that. These are just supposed to be short little uplifting messages. And thank you so much for being here. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. If you chose pile 3 or this stone, this is your message. And this reading is about, let's talk about how special you are. What are some of the things that make you really special? So pile 3, I think you guys bring balance and fairness to others. You guys look at both sides of the coin. You're able to look at things from both sides. So the reason I'm saying that is, first of all, you're a very generous person. You are able to give and receive very comfortably. So, and that's actually a skill. Being able to receive gracefully is also a skill. That's one of the things that makes you very special. But you're also very generous, and you're very giving. You're just as giving as you are easily to give to. So that's a gift. And I say that because the scales, there's scales here, there's scales here. And then you got the twin flame card, and as I was looking at it, that also reminded me of balance. So I feel like you guys are able to bring you actually got balance. This actually even says balance. So you guys are able to bring balance to those around you. And then you got death and rebirth. So darkness to light. You guys are able to kind of see both sides of the spectrum. So you're a really good mediator. You're really good at helping those around you understand like cause and effect and those kinds of things. You have a very strong faith. You have a lot of faith. And you are also able to kind of transmute anger, because I feel like you help people kind of see things in a different light. You have this shape-shifting, like clouds shape-shifting, and release all anger. It says, don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. And then you have patience and sensitive emotion. I feel like you guys are very sensitive, and you're able to kind of have patience with those around you in order to provide them with the wisdom, because you have very good wisdom. And everywhere I look, there's like 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Look. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. You guys are really good at providing that balance, or like showing people the dichotomy between things, or helping people see things in a different, like from the other person's perspective almost. And when I say giving, this is all about generosity. This man, he's a wealthy man giving to the poor. And just the way that her hand is held, like she can receive. So I feel like you guys can give and receive, which is beautiful. And also here, I saw her hand. You're able to receive gracefully. And some people can't. Some people, when they're, given gifts and things, they feel so awkward. Even when people are given compliments, sometimes you'll notice, when people can't receive properly, they'll say something like, you'll say, that's such a beautiful sweater. And they'll be like, oh, this old thing, it's, it's so old, blah, blah, blah. Or say something like that instead of, sometimes it makes people feel uncomfortable. But I feel like you guys have enough self-love that you're able to receive those. You're sensitive and you're able to kind of understand how it makes other people feel to gracefully receive. You also have the faith card and divination. It says, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. So I feel like you guys are really sensitive and you're able to also sense things around you. You're really intuitive. You're able to understand things that other people might not really see or understand because of your wisdom, because of your faith, because of your sensitive emotions, because you're able to be patient with those around you. And you have growth here. So you're also able to grow. You learn from things. You gain wisdom from kind of watching people. I feel like you guys are really emotionally intelligent. That just kind of came to my mind. And I feel like you guys are able to like assess the situation around you and provide counsel. Like you're able to really show people or help people understand, or like I said, see the balance in things, the justice in things, the you make things, you kind of, I don't want to say you fight for justice, but you like equality and you like to make sure things are equal and the scales are balanced in life. And I also feel like you guys are good in relationships and friendships because you are so balanced, and you're probably really capable of making people feel like you're their twin flame, because you are so able to see things from the other side. You can easily be the person, you understand what it feels like to be on the receiving end, and you understand what it feels like to be the person that is giving. I feel like you're able to kind of see both sides, which makes you kind of like all-knowing almost. You have this innate wisdom because you can give the counsel and receive the counsel really well. So that's part of what makes you really special. I'm going to get a couple more cards. Spirit, what makes pile 3? What are some of the things that make pile 3 so special? What is it about pile 3? What makes pile 3 so special? Oop, thank you. Communicate with your angels. You have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. That's beautiful. You guys, you guys are very spiritual. Like you have the divination. You're able to connect with angels and also spread the message. Like I said, receiving and giving. You receive messages and you give them out. So let me get a couple more messages here. What makes pile 3 so special? What are some of the things that make pile 3 so special? Pile 3. What makes pile 3 so special? Whoop. Thank you. Oh, unconventionality. You know what? Actually, I thought that to myself. Unconventional, how unconventional you guys are, but I didn't say it out loud. But yes, you guys are really unconventional. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. And just a message for you, make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now, especially because of your sensitivities and your ability to kind of share healing messages, especially when you're trying to heal others, which you guys are capable of. You have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. give yourself the time, because you're giving a lot of your time to others as well. You guys, like I said, you're very good at keeping the balance, and that's how you are able to provide all this wisdom and healing and knowledge, and be generous with others, because you're able to kind of receive also. So thank you so much for being here, pile 3. Those are your messages, and I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Hello, pile 4. If you chose pile 4 or this stone, this is your message. And this is about, let's talk about what makes you special. What are some of the things that make you so special? So right off the bat, I feel like you really have an influence over others. People look up to you. This is the Hierophant. So you also could be very spiritual. You could have a lot of knowledge. You could be a spiritual teacher even. You could be someone that people seek advice from, or you're very traditional in your way of looking at life. But you also have a side to you where you're able to kind of understand when people have addictions or the attachments that people can have to things. And you may even have experienced some of these things in your life. You're extremely creative. You've got several cards here that back that up. You have creativity, and this says you love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. You have innovation, which is about new creations. And look how powerful this person is with how much that they can do with their hands. And this healing, these hands are illuminated. Your hands, you're very crafty. You're very skilled with your hands. Builder came up, so it says your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. You're very able, you're very capable to do things. You may even be like a good gardener. You're able to make things grow. You have a strong grip on your passions. You are a go-getter. You're able to see things that you want and create an opportunity for you to move forward and get those things. You're very intuitive. You're also very fun. You have this this isn't necessarily a wild side. It's just an ability to let your hair down. So it's interesting because you can be very buttoned up and serious when you need to, but you also have this side to you that is extremely fun and exciting and invigorating, and you get people engaged. Make time for self-care is here. So sometimes this is a message like anyone that's dealing with healing or spiritual leading or any of that, are the energy gets depleted very quickly. So either you're really good at making time for self-care, or you need to focus on that more. But also, like, for instance, look, childhood innocence here is here right next to wild. I just feel like you guys have a very fun, childlike side to you, where like you like to tap into your fun side, but you also have this very serious, wise side to yourself. Like I said, you understand this serious, buttoned up spiritual side, and you also understand when people have addictions that they feel entrapped in. So you're very spiritual and you have a very strong faith, but you also understand this other side, that people can struggle. And you've probably been through these struggles, but you were able to believe in yourself. And you're also able to teach people to believe in themselves or believe in the spiritual side of things. You have an innate ability to help people learn, and people follow you and people respect you and look up to you. Look how these figures are kind of looking up to this person on a throne, and he's kind of teaching them, or she is teaching them. So you're able to really balance out those sides, because I feel like you've been through things. But one of your main things, because it's here so many times, is how creative you are. You're able to really create things. So if people are stuck when they're have a creative block, or when they're trying to figure something out, you're extremely resourceful. You're able to help them kind of see what they should be creating. You also probably help people with confusion or stagnancy when they're complacent or confused about their self-work or their work in general. You probably are able to help them lift the confusion and get them unstuck. Like you're able to kind of help them discern what to do next. It says you are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. And that's also true of like the cards that are coming up. You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. A lot of times when people feel like they are bound to whatever this addiction is or whatever this is that's keeping them bound, you help them see that they can easily slip the chains over their head. And the reason you know that is because you have been through circumstances that have showed you how to kind of believe in yourself and move forward. And like I said, you're very influential, you're very fun, you have a very creative side, you're able to do many different things that you're very capable. And I feel like you have like this young-hearted side that you're able to get through to people that wouldn't normally listen to someone that's like buttoned up, like very serious and spiritual. You're able to kind of get through to people that don't necessarily look up to people like this, because you have this childlike wild side, this fun side, this invigorating, attractive, fun side. You know, the Queen of Wands, she's a go-getter. She knows what she wants, but she's also not buttoned up. Look how she's sitting on the throne, like how widespread her feet are. Like she's not prim and proper. She's beautiful, she's wonderful, she's fun, and she's a go-getter, she's a boss, but she's not like buttoned up, you know? So I feel like that kind of helps you. You have a dichotomy of people that listen to you. You have a very strong balance, you know, between the types of people that want to pay attention to what you say. And you encourage self-love because of the way that you have learned it. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. So you're also extremely psychic. Precognition is here, psychic ability, future vision. You're very capable of telling what or feeling what's coming up. You have a very strong connection to the angelic realm. This says divine guidance and loving support. You're very capable of understanding that angels are there, and that's what helps you have such a strong faith. If you believe and you have this faith here, you know to have patience in the divine because you've been through things. And then control issues is at the bottom of this deck. It says utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. And I feel like you just have this synergy about you where you can make things happen. You're very creative, innovative. Like, look at this. It's innovative, creative ideas. Like, you don't get stuck because you've been through a lot and you know you're very intelligent. You're able to kind of sense what needs to happen next. Like I said, when people are in this confused state or this complacent state, or like this mode of like why they're shielding themselves in their work or why they're pouring themselves in their work, they come to you and you help them discover that self-worth is a big part of it. Self-love is at the base here. It's very important. You help them understand that. And you probably struggled with that before too. You know, everyone kind of goes through those stages, but you're able to detach from those feelings and move forward. You have a really great way of being able to heal and move forward. It says you are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So you probably can detach when you need to and go within, and that's how you gain your wisdom. But you also teach others that may be something they need to do in order to incorporate self-love and making time for self-care and focus on self-worth. But you have all these beautiful gifts, and then wait for winter and patience is here. So I feel like you guys know that divine timing is sometimes at work, and you help others understand that. Wait for winter says during the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So you understand that patience is needed. Things don't happen immediately. You understand that it takes time to get to the self-worth. It takes time to self-love. It takes time to learn and gain all the knowledge that you have in regards to healing others or having that fun side. It took time for you to realize the balance that's needed in love and in friendships. You balance friendships, this says. Your friends work best when there's an equal give and share of giving and receiving. So you're just very knowledgeable. You help your friends, you help those around you. You have natural healing abilities. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly guiding, encouraging, and supporting my healing work. You're able to heal others. You have been able to heal yourself. And you still, like I said, you have this side that's very serious and very spiritual and very people look up to you. You have your stuff together. You're like a leader. You can be very traditional, but you also have this very fun, innocent, childlike side that is this fun, fiery, go-getter side that people want to be around. So it's just a very interesting synergy of combinations of your personality that make you so special. You can get through to many people in your audience. They're like, you can speak to many different types of people, many different backgrounds, many different spiritual beliefs, because you do have this ability to kind of create that synergy with others. You have both, you know, like I said, you understand both sides of what you're dealing with here. Like the half faith, the Hierophant, it doesn't get much more spiritual and pure. And then the double energy, you understand the synergy between life and how kind of like to create things, you know, to get to where you need to go. But also, like I said, I feel like you guys are really good with your hands. You are actually very able and capable to come up with ideas. You're innovative, you're creative. If someone has a project that they're working on and they can't figure out, like they're blocked, they can't figure out how to move forward with it, you are able to. You can discern what needs to happen next. You're a very capable person. And you got this on the bottom of the deck. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are really special, and you're going to help a lot of people. Absolutely. Definitely. So thank you so much, Pile 4. I hope you enjoyed this message. And if you like this type of video, give it a thumbs up. I love to create content that you guys enjoy. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.